So before us we have the HCR2, which is a resolution designed to commend our Boise State women's volleyball team. I believe that they acted with a lot of integrity, a lot of courage, and a lot of honor as they decided to take a stand for women and women's sports. And, I believe that that was in the spirit of original legislation that I was able to sponsor with the Fairness of Women's Sports. It's also been in the spirit of what Governor Little did this past August with his executive order. And I would like to, the gentleman on the second floor, and I think the gentleman on the second floor should also be highly commended for his leadership in this area. For those who don't know, Title IX changed my life. It really did. I was a benefactor of the opportunity to not just play in junior high and high school, which you're saying, well, of course you get it. It wasn't that far off. You know, I've reached a certain age where not everybody had that opportunity, but I also got to play collegiately and on scholarship, and it literally did change my life. And in 1972, when Title IX was passed, it was designed to prohibit sex-based discrimination. It was designed to give us as women and girls an opportunity to play, because our counterparts, so many of you whom I dearly love as men and boys, already had that opportunity. You had it, we didn't. And so, pre-Title IX, 1 in 27 girls participated in high school sports. Post-Title IX, 2 in 5. That was almost a 100% increase at the high school level. At the collegiate level, it was a 545% increase. These are significant numbers that has allowed us to participate. And so, the Boise State women's volleyball team exhibited incredible courage in declining their matches, not just once. Their first match they declined to play was September 28th, and that would have been away at San Jose State. Then they declined again at the home match. But where the rubber really met the road is when Boise State went to the Mountain West tournament. This is their only chance now to really make it to the NCAAs. It's through the Mountain West tournament. The winner goes on. In the Mountain West, they didn't have a runaway team. Boise State literally could have won that tournament and had a path then to the NCAAs. The real integrity happens then when that path they declined by deciding to again forfeit. That's 3 forfeitures, and I couldn't be more proud of Boise State. Besides commending Boise State, let me point out a couple other things before I sit down. This legislation also calls on the Mountain West to correct its regressive policy of allowing biological men and women's sports. It also asks the Mountain West to correct the record, not just of Boise State, by giving them a loss for the forfeit instead of a no contest, but all the other schools that also declined to play San Jose. And then it also calls on the NCAA to reverse its transgender policy of participation. That's where we need to have this corrected. And until women start standing up, it's been said throughout the United States that this won't happen, and our women stood up, and I'm so proud of them. The other thing that this also mentions is if we don't correct it, we're going to be in direct conflict, continued direct conflict with our president-to-be, President Trump, who has very explicitly stated from the beginning that he will make sure that men are not competing against women. And so we need to correct that because we're going to be in direct conflict with that. And then finally, it does also call on NCAA President Charlie Baker, who has the ability to correct this and has refused to do so. He is in front of the Senate in Congress before Christmas, and as they were going back and forth, it was very interesting because Mr. Baker acted like he didn't have an ability to correct anything. And he basically was telling the federal government, you guys need to do something. Give us some direction. And the irony of all this is that 25 states have given Charlie Baker and the NCAA direction. Stop. And so it is with great honor for me to have been able to bring this resolution forward and to ask you to support it, and that's supporting our Boise State women's volleyball team with great courage and particularly with great integrity. With that, Mr. Speaker, I will close and ask for a green light.
Thank you, good lady. You've heard the motion. Is there further debate on the motion? Hearing none, and hearing no negative debate, debate is closed. The question is, shall House Concurrent Resolution number 2 pass the House?
This vote here just happened moments ago. And
Objection, there'll be
so we are just replaying this for you here.
On this particular piece of legislation.
Thank you, good gentlemen. There'll be a roll call vote. We're good. 3 stood.
Normally, resolutions are passed on a voice vote, but Representative Crane here requested a roll call vote, meaning everybody will be on the record on whether or not they are voting for or against this House resolution.
Good gentlemen. I was going to say something about 3 stooges, but I didn't think it was appropriate. So it wasn't appropriate, so I didn't say it. Clerk will lock the machine and the members will cast their votes.
All right, our first live vote here, or almost live, on Idaho Signal this session. The green, obviously, are the ayes. The reds are the nays. If you're in white, it means you're absent. And for this particular vote, looks like all the Democrats are in lockstep with each other to vote against this. They did not like the idea of the BSU volleyball team standing up against this ridiculousness. There's Cheatham.
Everybody wants to change their vote.
Steve Birch, absent,
Hearing none, clerk will lock the machine.
not in the room.
61
Wonder what else is going on.
Absent and excused. Majority having voted in favor of House concurrent resolution number 2. House concurrent resolution number 2 is passed the House. Is there correction in title?
There we go. All right, folks. Well, welcome to the program. That was, again, just moments ago before we went on live, but we were paying attention. We wanted to bring that to you.